Look at this cotton bale. It's got a hat on it. So we're going to start off with some mods from Giants. Yeah, maybe these should have been base game ones, but we've got them here as individual mods. So first up is the Vermeer BPX 9010, 7.12 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the straw blowers. Now it's going to do 2 bales at once, and it's going to require 105 horsepower from your tractor, and it's got a 29.5 gram price tag. Now it has got that bit out the back that sort of grabs the bales and flips them up in. Alright, fair enough. We've also got the Köckerling Vector 570, 14.42 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this requires 260 horsepower from your tractor, 5.7 meter working width from 9 mile an hour working speed for 51.5 grand. You then got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg again. Then you've got your option of Design Vector 570 or the 800, which is going to be an 8 meter working width. Yeah, go the 8 meter. We've also got the C&H Square Balers pack, 23.39 megabyte on the download, and obviously under Square Balers. So we've got the New Holland Big Baler 1290 high density, 230 horsepower from your tractor is required, 10 mile an hour working speed, and 180 240 centimeter square bales, 167.5 grand if you don't go for the already filled up version, you know, with your twine. You have the option of your EU or your US version. Didn't realise New Holland was red in the US, but alright, fair enough. You got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg on the tyres, and you got, obviously, you can have it with or without your twine. Now, if you didn't fancy a New Holland one, it does also come with the Case IH LB436 HD, same requirements as before. Alright, fair enough, square baler for you. We've also got the Agrio Gigant, 34.99 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sprayers. Now, this has got a 13,500 litre capacity, 27 metre working width with a 7 mile an hour working speed for 165 grand. You do have the option to change the working width up to 30 metre, 33, 36, and then back to 27. I mean, 36, that's all right. Yeah, 36 metre on your sprayer, fair enough. Then you've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Vredestein, Mitas, BKT, and then back to Trelleborg as your tyres. We've also got the McCormick X7 VT-Drive, 11.44 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the medium tractors. So this has got a 190 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed, and 170.5 grand to buy. You can then change the engine output from 190 up to 210, then goes up to 225, 240, then back to 190. So 240 is your top one on there. We've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg. Then we've got your front loader attacher. So you've got Quickie, Hauer, or nothing. Main colour is obviously going to be anything that you like, because why not? And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. We've also got the Kotschenreuther K300r, 43.52 megabyte on the download, and it says miscellaneous. It's going to be under forestry equipment, let's face it. So 301 horsepower engine and a 8-ton weight limit on the old on the winch. That's not bad at all, I must admit. 24 mile an hour top speed, 310 grand if you don't have some optional extras. Now the optional extras are going to be your crane and blade. You can have it just the crane, so that means it takes the blade off the back. All right, fair enough. And then you can have it as a standard tractor. All right, interesting, fair enough. You then got your Nokian, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Nokian on the tyres. And then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. Your rim colour is going to be your rims. And the last of the mods that should have been base game from Giants is going to be the Volvo F16 Globetrotter, 26.6 megabyte on the download, and as you can imagine, under trucks. Now, it's got a 470 horsepower engine, 55 mile an hour top speed, and 102.5 grand if you don't have any optional extras on, which is naughty. So why is it always coming in with optional extras? There we are. So that's your base version. So you got your wheel setup, so you got your standard, your wide tyres, or standard sun shield, yes or no. Then you've got design, going to put the stickers on the side, additional lights, So you've got design 1 on the roof, do beacons. Number 2, and then nothing. Then you've got beacon lights. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Does that mean they're chicken lights? All right, fair enough. Mud flaps, we'll go around the back. There we are. Just going to have those on. Obviously going to be putting the Volvo branding on it. Antenna, yes. Going to put those on the top. You've got fuel tanks of 500 litre or 750 litre. You then got your main colour. Let's do it. It's going to be your main colour. Your chassis colour is going to be, we'll do that bit. It's going to be your chassis. Your grille colour is going to be the grille. The design colour, again, we'll go for red so it stands out. It's going to do the bumper. And your rim colour is obviously going to be doing your rims. All right, fair enough. On with the actual mods. So first up, we've got BillBoards. This is by ADub Modding, Stoneway Design and ABP team. 1.88 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under decoration. Now, you got this one here. It's going to cost you 500 because you can customize it to, let's face it, it's all these up here. So we've got, under the old customization option, so we've got Big Bud 1, Case 1, Fent 1, John Deere 1, Massey Ferguson 1, New Holland 1, Big Bud 2, which is, I would say that's more of a billboard for me, rather than the little, well, A-frames, we'll call them that anyway. So you got Big Bud 2, Case 2, Fent 2, John Deere 2, Massey Ferguson 2, New Holland 2, and then back to the original Big Bud. So obviously, these are going to be for repping your brand, your favourite one. I would probably go with this one because I like Fent the best, but... That being said, when I tried to go through here earlier on, there is a collision right here. So there's nothing in front of me. Not quite sure what's going on with that because I got my tractor stuck. But okay, fair enough. And next up is Red Brick House. This is by JM Gaming, 18.41 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under Farmhouses. Now, 50 grand is its price tag for you to place it down. That being said, looking good on a brickwork, I must admit. Now, you can't go inside, so it is more of a sleep decorative option. So you've got your sleep trigger just there, and then your wardrobe trigger just there. But as a decorative option, it's looking all right. Right, next up is Large Mountain House. This is by JM Gaming, 25.64 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, you're going to find it under Farmhouses. 250 grand. Man, $250,000 for a house. Now, to be fair, when I first placed it down, I thought, oh, this is going to look ace. Looks like it's got an interior. No, it hasn't. It's just as it is. So you got your wardrobe trigger just there. You got your sleep trigger just there. I mean, it looks like you can go inside, but we can't. There's no doors that open. I mean, I thought this might be my go-to house, but it still looks good. I mean, if you want something for the old aesthetic, I suppose it'll fit in nicely. Right, next up is Silage Additive Pack. This is by Tethy Saturn, 1.58 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it in two places. So first up, it's going to be under tools. You've got the pump itself. It's going to cost you 5 grand to place down, but you can get the old silage additive, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. And there's also another place as well. So if we go into there, onto the old mods and DLCs, so you've got your silage additive tank, IBC. Alright, fair enough. Now that being said, that's coming up as silage additive. So you can get like herbicide and liquid fertilizer from the pump. This is just going to be your silage additive. But alright, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't normally play with that because I think it's a bit of a waste of time. But if you do use that in your whole setup, yeah, get one of these on the go on your farm. And next up is Farm Gas Station. This is by Farmer MV, 0.78 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under containers. Now, it's going to cost you 3 grand to place down. Obviously, it's somewhere for you to get your diesel. So you just pull your vehicle in and then fill her up. No problem. So you do get charged. Obviously, it's sort of like a buy point, that sort of thing. Sell point, whatever you want to call it. But you place it down. It's got this little protective bunding around it so you don't crash into it. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Olive Oil Press. This is by Uncle Sly, 6.09 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it in the production chain category. So it's going to cost you 36 grand to place down. And we've got something new. Now, you've got your pallet spawn point, obviously, as you can see. You've got your loading in point that side. We'll open up this door, and we can go inside like that. There's your production chain menu. Nicely detailed inside. I like that. That is all right. So click on there. We can make 2 things, your olive oil and your tapenade. Yeah, some sort of olive oil paste style thing, whatever. Doesn't look that appetizing, mind you, but all right, fair enough. Now, I have got the liftable pallet mod on, and it's still coming up as 400 kilos, so you can't lift the pallets up, so you will need to use a forklift truck, but something different. And if we go into the old prices menu, the tapenade can be sold pretty much anywhere, which is ace. Right, next up is the Country Bakery. This is by Black Panther Modding, 5.02 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, it's going to cost you 150 grand to place down, and it's a little bit different than a normal bakery. So we've got our pallet spawn point just there for you. We'll come round the back, and that's going to be your loading in point just there. And we'll go in, well, we'll go by the front door, because that's where the old production chain menu is. So you can do your bread, well, bread from rice flour, your cake, and then cake from rice flour. But there's different recipes. Yes, you need a fair bit from your cakes, fair enough, not a problem on that one. But the bread itself, normally you just chuck in the flour and away you go. Now you got to add butter and eggs as well, which is a little bit different. And for the standard bread, you got to add wheat and you got to add water. All right, a little bit different. I mean, a little bit more to getting your bread out at least. All right, something different. Our next up is Modern Farmhouse. This is by Raider, 18.25 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under Farmhouses. 59 grand to place down, and it's going to be a decorative option with a sleep trigger. Well, and a wardrobe trigger, because I've placed it the wrong way around. So you get your wardrobe trigger just there, and round the back, or around the front, depending on which way you placed it, you get your sleep trigger just up the steps. I mean, as a decorative piece, it looks all right. I mean, it's like got bits there with like chased out the wall to put some electric cabling in. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Farming Supplies. This is by Anthis, 2.03 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under production chains. Now, we've got 6 different versions in here. Really, it's 2 and 3 different of each. Well, I'll show you what I mean. So we have got this one here, which is going to be your Farm Supplies Basics. So you're going to do your seeds, your herbicide, your solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and your lime as well. You then got a fast version, or an improved version, we'll call it that. And we then got this one on the end, which is going to be the extreme version. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. Now, you have got a different output, we'll put it that way. So you got one that makes TMR and pig food as well, and you got the same, the normal, your improved, and then your extreme version. So they all work the same. Loading in point, taking out point, jobs are good. And you've even got a sow point the other side, which is all right. And we'll come to the production chain menu just there. So we're going to be making, obviously, this standard shenanigans. You got your manure and your lime going into herbicide, just your stones into lime just there, liquid fertilizer, manure. You get the idea. Now, if we go for the herbicide, so we've got 96 cycles per month. We then go to the improved one, we've got 960 cycles a month. If we then go to the extreme one, 9,600 cycles a month. Yeah. Okay, so basically we've got a normal version, then times 10, then times 100. Now, whether you're doing the farm supplies or the TMR and pig food one, all 3 of them, I've got that versions as well. So you got the normal 10 times and then 100 times. But all right, get the 100 times one. You're going to be knocking out stuff, no problem. Right, next up is the BGAFD. This is by the same mod as the previous one, Anthix, 2.87 megabyte on the download. And again, you're going to find them under production chains. Now, again, we've got 3 different versions. Oh, 3 different versions. Right, fair enough. So first off is going to be your BGA itself. So that's going to be making your methane, your digestate, and your electricity. Now, there's got a few different twists to this, I must admit. We then got the same thing. So we've got an improved version, and then we've got an extreme version on the end. And then we've got some different things altogether. So we've got a fermenter. Well, that's what they call it. The fermentation silo. There you are, that's a better way of putting it. So you can be making your silage and your digestate in there. And then to finish it up, we've got a grass drying facility. So put your grass in, get your hay out. Now, obviously, all these work the same as before. So you've got your taking out point, you've got your loading in point, you've got your production chain menu again. So again, like this with the previous one, so your basic. So for your electricity there, 96 per month. For the improved one, 960 cycles. And for the extreme, 9,600. Oh dear, oh dear. Now, what I think is interesting on this is you can put bread in. I'm not quite sure why you'd put bread into a BGA, but you can. I mean, chaff, I understand that. Manure, potato, silage, slurry, sugar beet cut, sunflower oil, and it requires canola oil as well. I'm not quite sure why you'd put that in there. Maybe is it more valuable? I would say it's more valuable selling the stuff off, but all right, fair enough. I mean, obviously go for the 100 times version. You're going to get things done so much quicker. Right, next up is Small Wooden Shelter. This is by Raider, 4.2 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under sheds. And that's going to cost you £2,000, and as the name would suggest, it's a small wooden shelter. So you're not going to get massive amounts under it, but what you do get is a nice looking shed. I mean, the woodwork detailing, that looks ace. I mean, place one of these down. Maybe like, I see this like on the side of a cow pasture, that sort of thing. Got some bales on the go in there. Yeah, that would be all right. Right, next up is Herbicide and Fertilizer Tank. This is by Raider, 0.56 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under containers. Now, it's going to cost you £16,000 to place down, and it's going to hold 35,000 litres. So you've got a loading in point just there, because you can use it as a bit of a silo. You've got a taking out point just there, and then you've got your bi-innable point just there. So herbicide, liquid fertilizer, and then back to herbicide. I mean, I say it's not that big. You could put it down the side of a barn, sort of keep it out of the way. Fair enough. Right, next up is State Agricultural Farm Buildings. This is by Raider, 52.51 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them in a couple of different places. So first off, it's going to be under silos, 76 grand, and it's going to hold your pallets and bales, 140 pieces going into there. We then move on to this one over here. Now you're going to find this in the sheds, so right at the bottom. So 17 grand is what it's going to cost you for there. And then these two, we're going to need to go all the way down into decorations and others. So there you are, 18 grand for that one, and then we got 18 grand for the one at the back. Now obviously these two are just for decoration, so you know, you go for what you want to go for. Now obviously this one is going to have 140 pallet space. That's a big building for 140 pallets, but okay. So once the doors, oh, I see why. It's got some racking in. Oh, fair enough. So obviously you chuck your stuff in, and then you what's that bit? That means you've got to load them in there. Got to come down here to take them out. Yes, obviously it's empty. Fair enough. So that means you've got to load them into this bit here, and then take them out of there. Oh, that is interesting. You've got a drive-through option on the go there. And obviously this shed, drive-through. Fair enough. Fairly standard on that one. But that being said, rustiness on the inside, looking all right. And then we've got the brick-built ones, which look all right as well. And that being said, it did say decoration. Can we go in there? No, we can't. So they are just for decoration. I like that shed. That's something a little different. You've got to take them over to the rackings, and they'll get put in there. That is all right indeed. Right, next up is the Pgr Building Pack. This is by Raider, 46.15 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under sheds. Now, we've got this one here, which is 35 grand. We've then got this one here, which is 115.5 grand. And to finish it off, we've got this one here, which is 85.5 grand. Now, obviously, them being sheds, it's going to be somewhere for you to store your stuff. So you open up the doors like that. There are plenty of space, nice and long. Well, that being said, we've got some support poles there, got some lights as well. Where's always a light switch down here? Let's turn the lights on. There we are. So light going on. They go on in sequence. They don't go on all together. That is all right. I like that. I like that a lot. So we'll open up that door and we'll come over here and we've got the more expensive building. We'll put it that way. I mean, the doors look all right. Nice texturing on there. Bit of racking inside for some storage. Okay. Bit of a workshop on the go. I mean, no workshop trigger. So it is going to be just a storage facility in that sense. But okay, fair enough. The doors from the inside. Oh, the latches work on the inside as well. That's awesome. Oh, I like that. That is all right. Then we'll come to the last building in this pack. So we'll open up there. Nice animation. Nice look on that latch, actually. And just like the rusty texture on it. That is ace. And when you come in here. Oh, here we go. We've got here. Take off the boards. Dear, oh dear. Now, I did place these down using free mode, so I probably want to do it without doing that, so it digs out the holes. So just bear that in mind. So you got that one just there. We then got this one just here. Obviously, that takes the boards off as well. We've got this ladder. Can we move the ladder? No. Can we get up the top? No, because it's not an up the top job anyway. All right, fair enough. We'll open up that door. Then in here, now we have got an up the top job. Can we move that ladder? Can we move this one? Can we take a run up? Let's give it a go. All right. Oh, come on. Come on. So close. I'm so close to getting up the top. Oh dear, oh dear. That being said, that's ace. I mean, do place it down with your with the standard shenanigans rather than putting the old free mode on, because otherwise you are going to have that problem. But that's an ace set of buildings. Right, next up is line production. This is by Grimlock RRC, 1.95 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under productions. Now, it's going to cost you 30 grand to place down, and obviously it's going to be turning your stones into lime. So you got your loading in point just there, taking out point is the same, and you got your production chain menu just there. So 50 stones going in, 50 lime coming out. You're not going to lose any product. Jobs are good. And I mean, the building looks alright as well. Doesn't take up too much space. Very nice. Right, next up is Hull with Cooling Chamber. This is by Farmer 5 Tom, 22.93 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under silos. Now, there's 4 to this pack, even though we've got 2 outside. I'll show you what I mean. So first up, we've got this one here. So it's going to cost you 30 grand. You do have some customization options. So we'll click on that. You've got garage with doors. You then got garage with doors metal version, which you can then change the color to. So obviously, if you've got the unlimited color mod on, you know, why not? You then got with outdoors and the metal version, so it still keeps the painted size on, and then back to the original. Now, if you don't want to go for that one, you can actually go for the reversed version or inverted. So obviously, you see you got that concrete wall just poking out. So one's one side, one's the other. All right, fair enough. And then come to this one. It's gonna hold 250 pieces. All right, fair enough. Then you've got the inverted version as well. And obviously, you've got the same options as before. So if we go into here, we'll open up the door like that. There we are. So once it's open, plenty of storage space. You're not going to be struggling to get anything in there. And if you've gone for the Bale and Pallet version, we'll open up this door. Then in there, there's going to be a loading in point, and you're taking out point just there. Oh, fair enough. Now, I remember when this came out on 22. We could get in here as well. Oh, we can. We can go into the cooling chamber. Fair enough. Oh, it's chilly in here. I haven't brought a coat. Quick, let's get outside in the sunshine. Right, next up is TMR Production Facility. This is by Biggins, 4.16 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, it's going to cost you 53 grand to place down, and you're going to be making a bit of TMR. So you got your loading in point just there, you're taking out point from the spout just there, and then through here is going to be your production chain menu. So you're going to do your TMR shenanigans, but you're going to do some in a little bit of a different recipe. So we've got the silage and hay version, probably the easiest way to go. You then got your silage and hay and straw, the standard version. Silage, hay, straw, and sugar beet. I'm going to put my teeth in. That's a little different. Don't normally add sugar beet to it. And then at the end, we've got everything. Silage, hay, straw, sugar beet, and mineral feed. Yeah, I wouldn't go the mineral feed. It doesn't make much difference in the game. It's a bit of a waste of time, but all right, fair enough. I mean, get some TMR making on the go. Right, next up is Farm Pallet Shop. This is by Yoss, 74 kilobyte on the download. This is ace. And you're going to find them under tools. Now, we have got a couple of different versions of this. So first off, we got the small version. You can then click on customization. You can then have it as a standard one or a big one. So let's face it, you get like 2 pallets there. You probably get what, about 5-6 pallets wide there, and obviously it's a double width one there. And with these, obviously you can just go and buy pallets. Fair enough, not a problem. Now, what there also is in this pack is what's behind door number. Wow, what door are we up to? Probably about 100 by now. It's this, and you may be thinking that that's the same as what we've already seen, but it's a free version. you don't have to pay for anything. You come into there. No, we don't want to put the shed lights on. Have I placed it somewhere I can't get the trigger? Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, isn't it? So we'll go back out to this one. So we've got this one here, which should be the standard one. There you are. You know, butter, pallets, whatever. You go for it. I think this one was a free one as well. Not paying anything. You can have 10 pallets of cheese. Not paid a bean. That's ace. Oh, we can't get enough. There's not enough space. So I've got there 4 pallets. I haven't paid for those. I mean, if I was going to use the paid for one, yeah, obviously, but they're free. They're absolutely free. That is awesome. I mean, maybe do a little bit better of placing it somewhere we can actually reach the trigger. That's a little strange, that is. It's, obviously, because there's a shed light trigger all the way through. It's just overriding it. But all right, fair enough. 3 pallets. Right, next up is Greenhouse. This is by Alexander Tarasenko. 5.24 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find him, as you can imagine, under greenhouses. Now, we've got 2 different versions here. One that's going to use solid fertilizer and water. And then one that's going to use manure and water. Fair enough. Now, you've got your loading in point there for your fertilizer or your manure. Your water goes in there. Production chain menu just there. And then your pallet spawn point down the end. Obviously, these are going to be doing your usual shenanigans on the old greenhousery. So your chilies, your garlic, lettuce, snapper cabbage, spring onion, strawberries, and your tomatoes. But once you have got them done, obviously, they spawn out the bottom in a little bit of a long greenhouse. I mean, you've got 3 pallets worth there. I mean, can we pick them up, actually? Yes, we can, if you've got the unlimited, well, if you've got the liftable pallet mod on. Alright, fair enough. And next up is Old Stable and Hen House Pack. This is by Raider, 65.56 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them first off under horses. So 115 grand to buy, and it's going to hold 16 horses. We then come across and go into chickens, because we've got this one just here. So 38 grand, and it's going to hold 3,500 chickens. That is all right. That is all right indeed. Now, for the horse one, you've got your animal dialogue box just there. We'll come around here. We've got our loading in point for water. Even though it's a barn, you will need to put some water in. So fair enough on there. And we'll come in here, and we've got our loading in point for our food and our straw. All right. No problem. We've got some horses in the stable. Jobs are good. Now, we're going to come out of this door, because, you know, why not? Have a little walk down this massive horse stable. We're going to spin it around, and we got our chicken coop. Now, I've got a couple of chickens in here. I haven't got 3,500. I think I've got about 250. Oh, I've got 500 actually. Must have put in more than I expected. Although, I think I'm fast forwarded a couple of months. So they're probably reproduced. So we're laughing on that one. So you've got your food going into this point. Now, you can open that. You don't need to. You can load into it with it closed. You got your door that opens up like that. Inside is going to be your egg pallet spawn point. Then when you get in here, this is where your old chickens are going to be. Say that's where my chickens are going to be. I've got 500 chickens in here. They're all here. And they've escaped. My bargain buckets. There's one stuck in the fence. Ah, dear, oh dear. I mean, the animal dialogue box for the chickens is down there. I think I may need to call somebody. Right, next up is Crane Building. This is by DD Mod Passion, 9.29 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under tools. And that's going to cost you 100 grand to place down. It does have a warning on our website. Please place only on self-leveling terrain. Now, there is something a little strange about this, because obviously, you know, you get it from the build menu, but it's actually down. It's down as a vehicle in there. All right, fair enough indeed. So we'll carry on. Looking good. I mean, the old girders, the support girders, they look all right. Nice texture on that. Then we'll go up here, up the steps, then up the second flight of steps. And then once you get there, you have the option to enter the vehicle. Then you've got the usual, you know, move it back. So that's LB and RB, LB and right stick left and right. So I'd imagine, if you're in a cab, there we are. That's a better way of doing it. LB and RB, LB and right stick up and down. There we are. LB and RB together and right stick up and down opens up the grabs like that. And then RB and R stick up and down goes up and down. All right, fair enough. I mean, I'm just not quite sure. Oh, wow. Wow. you get out of the vehicle, it just drops you straight to the floor. I mean, obviously, yeah, maybe it's better for using, like, I don't know, maybe getting some logs off of a trailer, transporting it to something else. All right, fair enough. And next up is mobile wood storage. This is by HR Forsten Bale, 0.69, nice, megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, obviously, if you're doing a bit of logging, you need somewhere to hold your logs still while you're chopping them up, that sort of thing. Well, this might fit in nicely for you. $2.5 to buy. You do have the option of standard on the design or the concrete bottom. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour, and then the design colour is obviously going to be the bottom bit there. Now, obviously, you will need two, and if you have gone and got them thinking they're mobile, because that's what it says in the name, you are going to need some sort of lifting apparatus, because you can't pick them up, because basically they weigh 3 ton. So why would you be able to pick them up? All right, fair enough. So next up is the Small Tractors Winter Pack. This is by Privet and Rick Black Label. 5 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under winter equipment. So first off is the SaMASZ City 180, 1.8 meter working width, £2,000 to buy, and you've got the option of a 3-point hitch, a front loader, or back to the 3-point hitch. So depending on what you're using, you can attach it that way. You then got the option of colour. We'll go over purple. It's going to do the trailer hitch part, not the rest. I suppose if you're doing snow in wintry climate, you want to be seen, so fair enough. Now, obviously that's going to go on the front of your vehicle, and you can put this on the back. The Silage RZ K300H, 300 litre capacity, 14 metre working width, and 11 mile an hour working speed for £2,000. And obviously that's going to be doing your road salt, so definitely one for clearing the snow off the local roads. We're sticking with winter equipment for the next one. So this is the SaMASZ AlpS 331. This is by Agrio Gigant, 4.71 megabyte on the download. And you're going to require £5,000 if you haven't gone for the... I say £5,000 if you haven't gone for the optional, but it's all the attacher types are 500. So why not just say it's £5,500? What's the point? All right, fair enough. It's got a 3.3 meter working width, and you got the option of 3-point front loader, telehandler, wheel loader, and then back to 3-point on the front. Yeah, it's £5,500. Let's just face it, whichever one you go for. And next up is the Pro Bale Grab Autoload. This is by Black Sheep Modding, 3.96 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find this on the front loader tools. And I'd say this is awesome. I really must admit this is awesome. £3,000 to buy. This is going to be doing your square bales, so 180 to 240 centimetre square bales. You have the option on the back to have it as a telehandler, a front loader, a wheel loader, a 3-point, and then back to telehandler. Now you have got the option to change the main colour, so obviously it's going to change those bits. Now if you've not got square bales, but you got round bales, well, they got you covered as well, because they got the round bale version. Exactly the same thing. Obviously it's going to do your 125 to 180 centimetre round bales. Now, once you've got it all hooked up to the front of your vehicle, this is ace. So if we do LB and X, start auto load. I mean, you've got the usual movements. Yeah, obviously it's on the front loader. LB and X, start auto load. It's primed and ready to go. Then just drive up to your bales and they're on. That's it. They are stuck on the front of this tractor. No problem. We can move them around. You can do whatever. They're not going to fall off. We're golden. And when you get to where you need to get them to, you just come like that. You do LB and X, stop the auto load, because if you leave that on and you unload the bales, it's going to drop them, and as soon as you sort of, well, ish, as soon as you sort of get close again, oh no, it does turn it off as well. Alright, so auto load those on, unload bales, turns the auto load off. That's ace. I thought it was just going to drop and then keep like cycling through. Oh, that's made it even better than before. Oh, I love that. Right, next up is the Lizard Grapple Bucket Pack. This is by MacTrucker921, 3.08 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him under front loader tools. Now, this is ace. £2,500 to buy, 1,500 litre capacity. You have the option to add shovel teeth, short ones, long ones, or nothing. You then got your manufacturer decals. You got your Lizard, John Deere, Case IH, Fendt, Kubota, Lizard, and then back to the original Lizard one. There we are. So you could match it up to your vehicle, whichever you're using. Then you've got attacher types. You can have it as a front loader or a skid steer. Then you've got discharge speeds. You can have it as standard or fast. You just dump it out as quick as it will go. Capacity. This is where it makes it awesome. So 1500 litre or 25,000. I think you know which one you're going to go for, and it's going to be the big one. No problem. Main colour is going to be your main colour. Now you can match it up with all the standard colours there from the actual manufacturers. You've got Kubota orange there, if you've got a Kubota on the go. Grapple colour is going to be those bits, and then your trim colour is going to be that grating in the middle. So we'll go for pink, just to show it off. Now, if you didn't want the grapple, they've got just a standard bucket as well. So you've got the same options as before, but then again, you have still got the 25,000 litre capacity, which is awesome. And next up is the Kotte TSA30 Briri Street Master 30. This is by Vagri, 8.6 megabyte on the download. I'm going to find it on the Slobby Transport. Now, 30,000 litre capacity, 95.5 grand to buy. You can then change the tyres from Continental, BKT, Michelin, Trelleborg, Vredestein, and then back to Continental. You got the light designs. You're going to have halogens, LEDs, or halogens. You then got your brands. So you're going to have your Kotte, your second Kotte design, the Briri prototype. All right, fair enough. And then back to the original. Docking funnel low. So we got yes. I'll put that there. All right, fair enough. Lifting, oh no, back to there. But yes and no. Lifting axle, yes and no. All right, so you can do a little bit of lifting on the go. Then you got your frame color. Got to go do the frame. Your main color is obviously going to be your main color, and the docking funnel color is going to be the docking funnel. Logo at the end, we'll go for black. You're going to do the logos. Oh, fair enough. And to finish it off, we got the rim color, which is obviously going to be a rim. So let's go for some chromes, because why not? Oh, fair enough. That's an all right trailer, that is. Right, next up is the special Lowloader TL38. This is by HR Force and Bale, 5.23 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Lowloaders. Now, it's going to cost you 31,650 for the standard version. You then got beacon lights, left, we'll spin it around the back. There we are, left, right, both, or none. That being said, if it adds the beacon lights, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back to number 1. So 6 different beacon types. Then you've got positive steering, you got yes, you got max 15-degree steering angle, 30-degree or nothing. So it's going to give you a little bit of a helping hand as you go around the corner. Override aids, yes or no. So it puts those on so you don't bump your teeth out when you're driving over them. Side marking lights, you've got yes or no. Puts those down the side. Load securing systems, you've got automatic or the tension belts. And that automatic one, that does work a treat, I must admit. Warning signs, yes, it's going to be on the back and on the front, or no. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour, and your ramp colour, it's going to be those bits. It says ramp belt colour. I need to get my eyes tested. I thought that said ramp colour, but all right. You then got your rim colour just to finish it all off, because obviously, why wouldn't you want to paint your rims? Actually, that don't look that bad. The blue and the red, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard HL tank. This is by Holtz FS, 12.68 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them on the trailers. Now, they've all got pretty much the same options. So we've got the version of 1500 litre capacity, 3500 litre, and 5000. You're going to do your water, your liquid fertilizer, and your herbicide. Now, this first one, it's got one extra option, so we use that one. You've got your option there of fuel transport again, water transport, or back to fuel transport. It's interesting. Well, they've got 2 different fuel transport versions. All right, so we've got the pump at the top, a different pump. All right, so if you want water, you have to have it as a standalone one, but okay, fair enough. You then got wheel type, design 1, design 2, and that's it. So it's not wheel type, it's tyre tread patterns, but all right. Stickers, yes or no. Attachers, design 1. Number 2, that didn't really seem to change much. Oh, it's on the back, that's why. Design 2, design 1. So you could make a little bit of a train up with these. Oh, that'd be all right. Then you got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. You then got your sticker colour. So we'll go with red. It's going to do the stickers. Your hub colour is going to do the hubs and the wheels. Oh, that's all right. Split rims. Fair enough. And then your rim colour, just to match it up, is going to be your rim colour. All right, no problem. Right, next up is the Techmagri TransTruck. This is by ETA Lemma Choice, 6.68 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Bale Transport. Now, this is going to do 125 to 180 centimetre round bales and 120 to 240 centimetre square bales. So 34.5 grand to buy. You have the option of Michelin, BKT, Continental, Vredestein, and then back to Michelin. Then you've got Autoload, yes or no. Why would you not want Autoload? Every day of the week, definitely. Then got design standard, ladder, or back to standard. So it's got that little bit at the front. I mean, Autoload though, I mean, we're going to be doing some bales on that. That is all right indeed. Right, next up is the Techmagri Masterfee 6M. This is by ETA Lemma Choice, 11.74 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under mulches. Now, it's got 130 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 6 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed for 16,980 to buy. I really need to get my eyes tested. That being said, I mean, that looks all right. I mean, Techmagri, is it Techmagri or Techmagri? Techmagri, potentially. Techmagri, we'll go with that. It's looking good though. Right, next up is a Kverneland Plows pack. This is by Hispano, 21.98 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Plows. Now, this requires 165 horsepower from your tractor, 2.5 metre working width, 7 mile an hour working speed for 36 grand. You have got the option of design, standard, packer mat, or standard. That's ace. I like that. Did ploughing in one bit, to the cultivating in the other. Fair enough. Then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. You then got your design colour, which is going to be the old packer mat. You then got your rim colour, which is going to be your rims on the wheels at the back. Now, obviously, 2.5 metre for your small farming shenanigans. But if you fancy something just a smidge bigger, well, we've got this one. I say a smidge, it's 3 metre working width. 220 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 23.5 grand, and the same options as before. You can have the packer mat on the side, no problem. That being said, that's all right, that is. Right, next up is the Quivogne HV. This is by Nikudu 55, 6.56 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this requires 80 horsepower from your tractor, 4.3 metre working width, with a 9 mile an hour working speed for 7,250, which is not bad at all. You can then change the width of it, so 6.3 metre, but it requires 120 horsepower from your tractor, and goes up to an 8.3 that requires 160 horsepower, and then back to the original. But that's all right. 8.3 metres only requires 160. That is not bad at all. Right, next up is the CLAAS Corio875FC. This is by Grossflaken Design and Mappy. 5.66 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under corn headers. Now, it's going to cost you 63.5 grand to buy. It's got a 6 metre working width with a 6 mile an hour working speed. So obviously, you are going to hook it up to the front of your CLAAS. Well, I suppose you are going to hook up to the front of your CLAAS harvester. I mean, it'd look a little wrong on the front of some cows, but you probably could anyway. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is the CLAAS Corio1275C. This is by Grossflaken Design Mappy, 16.62 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find this under corn headers as well. So this is going to be 79.5 grand for you to pay out, 9 metre working width with a 6 mile an hour working speed, and obviously again, you are going to match it up with your CLAAS harvester. It would be wrong to put it on the front of something else. But what it won't be wrong to putting it on is going to be the harvester header trailer that comes with it. 12.5 grand to buy. Obviously in the CLAAS colours. Match it up with the rest of your CLAAS vehicles. Don't cross brand it. It'll just look wrong. And the last mod for the day is the Case IH Module Express Pickers 2008 to 2019. Man, that's a long name to say. This is by Jolly Farms Modding, 26.38 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cotton harvesters. Now, this has got a 365 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed, 20,000 litre capacity on the old cotton tank, and a 6 metre working head with a 6 mile an hour working speed. All in all, it should cost you 299 grand, but we have got some optional extras on, so we'll get rid of those. There we are. That's your standard version. So you can then have the Module Express 625. We can put it up to 635, which gives it 400 horsepower. and then back to the 625. Then got the option of Continental, Mitas, Vredestein, and then back to Continental on the tyres. Then got Cotton logo. So you've got standard or right door. All right, so where's the what are they on about Cotton logo? On the right door. Is it that door there? Oh, it's there. It is right on that. That is very tiny. So it's on that door. So where's it on the standard one then? I'm not seeing where it's so standard's nothing then. All right, fair enough. You then got mud scrapers left and right, or none. So I've currently got none on. Some mud scrapers, they're going to be underneath. Looks like it potentially. All right, fair enough. Then you got Case IH logo on back door. So you got plaque and logo or standard or nothing then. Oh, have that logo on. That looks much better. Then you got GPS configuration. So you got nothing or you got a receiver on the front there. Slow moving vehicle emblem. So you got it on the back, on the left, on the right, back and left, back and right, or all three of them. So warning triangles. No problem. You then got your window tint. So you got your standard, you got your light, you then got your dark, and then you got your standard. Now, you may be thinking, all right, this is a cotton harvester. We got one of these in the base game already, and you'd be right. But what the base game one doesn't have is when you unload the cotton bale. This is ace. Oh, look at it. I already know what's coming out. This is awesome. So the bale comes out. It's got a little hat on. It's got a Case IH cap on your cotton bale. That's awesome. Oh, I do like that. I do like that. And I mean, look at the state of that. It's like you're there. It's just chilling. It's got a hat on. It's keeping the sun off its head. Oh, fair enough. I've got one update for the day as well. So we've got the horse aggravation map by Giant Software, and there's no mention of a new save, so that should be alright.